There have been many F1 crashes through the years of the sport, some taking drivers' lives. This video will show you some of the worst crashes that have happened. Number 1. This driver at the Canadian Grand Prix attempted an overtake but got onto the grass and lost control. He was left unconscious but was later in stable condition. He was going over 100 miles per hour when hitting the wall. Luckily he was okay. Quickly, can I ask for you to subscribe as I am trying to get to 500 subs? I would really appreciate it. Thanks for watching the video. Number 2. This race seemed normal until a small crash at the start caused it to be red flagged for repairs and circuit cleanup. This crash is very small compared to what happened next. Once the cars got to the pits and the circuit was cleaned up, the race began again. This is when a massive crash between 12 drivers occurred, causing a second red flag of the race. A couple of drivers had to be lifted out of the wreckage as the impact was intense, but in the end, no one was hurt. Here is what happened. Nigel Mansell, a former F1 driver from Birmingham, England, was the cause of the crash but was not injured at all. It took 2 hours for the race to start again. Nigel Mansell won the race with that questionable celebration. Number 3. This newer crash between George Russell and Valtteri Bottas was pretty spectacular. It was caused by Valtteri Bottas scraping the grass and sliding into Russell. The crash destroyed both cars obviously and moved both drivers from out of the race. This race was awesome. Quite possibly the craziest race ever. The Belgium Grand Prix took off well, with water being sprayed everywhere and the front cars taking off into the distance. There was so much rain one driver did a John Cena. The front cars did great, but it was the back cars that had the problem of being soaked. They couldn't see anything and probably closed their eyes while being surrounded by cars all around and stacking them into walls. This car was seen first to lose control as it got touched by a car from behind. This had a long effect on the other drivers as they all drove straight into each other, which probably wasn't their intention. Many drivers were unable to return after the race as their cars had been pounded so hard they were unusable. Like these drivers here. As the commentators watched this fantastic event unfold, they had interesting opinions.
The worst start for a Grand Prix that I have ever seen in the whole of my life.
Michael Schumacher was very unhappy as he went to another driver's garage to start some sort of conflict.
Garage to confront Coulthard, who was in the process of trying to rejoin the race. As the rain fell heavier.
A warning for this next one, as the driver sadly never got out of his car alive when crashing in the race. Senna was a very well-known driver and his final season was 1994. The G-force was the biggest problem in this crash, which was why the safety in the cars improved so much after this incident.
Senna bateu forte. Ali na Tamburello. A batida muito forte.
I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like and subscribe to help me grow my channel, and I will leave you with one last crash as a driver goes straight into a barrier and catches fire. Don't worry, he did survive.